Gallatin week. I'm with Ron Marshall on the Blue Devil pregame show. And Coach, Gallatin, always a big football game. And this year, Gallatin comes in undefeated.
Yeah, every team we played this year's been undefeated before we played them. I guess it's kind of par for the course. But Coach Lasser's done a good job turning that program around over there. And they've played some good football this fall. And, it's a situation where we're going to have to go in there and then play heads-up ball to come away with a win.
Gallatin comes in. They had been a little bit beat up in the preseason. I understand they've got their tailback back playing for him, Jaquez Williams.
Yes, he's back, and it's a situation where that he played with them last week on offense. Now he plays defense too, but I don't know if he'll play defense this week or not. But we've got to go into the ball game and prepare to stop what they do, and not a particular individual. And it's a scenario to where that I feel like that we can do that if we play football.
You had the game last week with Oakland, the big comeback. You're down 14 points in the first quarter and win the football game 20-14. As good a half of football as I've seen a Lebanon team play in several years.
Yeah, the first half we had 2 fumbles, and of course they capitalized on both of those, and of course we had illegal procedures and delay a game, and it seemed like everything was going wrong. And then at halftime we regrouped, and our kids came out believing they could win the football game, and credit goes to our kids. They hunkered down. They could have very easily folded up the tent and quit, but they didn't, and hung in there and wound up winning the football game.
Ought to be a fun game tonight with Gallatin. It's not a regional football game anymore. Once again, though, a tough, traditional, long-time opponent, a great rivalry game for your Blue Devil football team.
Well, there's so many people that work here, that live here, that work there, and so many that live there that work here, and it's down to the years. There's been a lot of tradition as far as this ball game goes, and it is a good thing this year that it isn't a playoff or district ball game or region ball game, and that'll allow us to go in and a little bit more relaxed and work on everything that we need to do, and it should be a good fans ball game.
Stay tuned. After these messages, we'll bring you the Lebanon Gallatin game from the Wave Yard.
Jordan's Catering are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Chester Jordan would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Jordan's Catering, go Big Blue. First Insurance Group are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Tony Shipp, Jeff Brown, and Bill Dotson would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From First Insurance Group, go Blue Devils. Sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Jerry Triplett would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck on this year's season. From Permapipe, go Big Blue. Re-elect Mayor Don Fox campaign are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Mayor Don Fox would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season.
A lot of success stories in Lebanon in the last few years, but none bigger than the Lebanon Blue Devils. And that's because we all pull together. So just come out Friday nights and watch us at the high school football field. Watch us pull behind our Blue Devils.
From the re-elect Mayor Don Fox campaign, go Big Blue. Dillon Cabinet and Millwork are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football.
Blue and one. Blue and one. Yeah, blue and one. Blue and one. Yeah, blue and white.
Danny Dillon would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Dillon Cabinet and Millwork, go Big Blue.
Garrison, the umpire, is Randy Kidd. The line judge is Randy Ingram. The head linesman, Alan Melton. The back judge, Mike Owen. And the ECO, the electronic clock operator, is Jeff Jennings. Here now is Bobby Garrison with the pregame instructions.
I expect you to exhibit that as the leaders of the team. To show sportsmanship and leadership among yourselves, okay? If you have any questions tonight, I'm going to refer you to the green team and the white team, okay? If you have any questions, come to me. If you have an infraction, I'm going to ask for a captain. Please come to me. I'll give your options. If you don't understand them, ask me. I'll explain them again, and then we'll make a decision. Once that decision is made, it's over, okay? Fine. I've got a $50. I'm going to flip it in there. You're going to call it? Call it while it's in there. If I drop it, we'll flip it again.
Heads.
He called heads. It is tails. You've won the toss. You want to defer.
Gallatin has won the toss. They have elected to defer. Let's see what Lebanon does.
We want to receive, okay? We can't see it.
Lebanon wants the ball. So Gallatin will defend the scoreboard side of the field. Tommy, we're ready to go here in Gallatin, Tennessee for this old rivalry here against the Blue Devils and the Green Wave.
Thanks, John. Lebanon will work out of the south end zone here at the Wave Yard. Gallatin will kick from the north end zone, and they will have the scoreboard at their back. Not much wind stirring tonight here in Gallatin as we are just moments away from starting this football game. It used to be a regional game, but then they reworked the regions a little bit, and Lebanon and Mount Juliet are now in with all the Murfreesboro, all the Rutherford County schools in Region 4 5A. Gallatin has gone into Nashville. They picked up Hendersonville in their region. I believe Beach is in there as well, along with McGavick and several other Nashville schools. But the two schools deciding to keep this rivalry alive, one of the better ones in Middle Tennessee football. Lebanon last year knocked off the Green Wave by a score of 21-14. Lebanon coming off a 2014 win last week at Oakland. Gallatin played perhaps their best football game of the season last week when they knocked off Laverne by a score of 31-0. We are just moments away from kickoff. Tell you what, let's do. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. 1 minute back at the station. We'll get set for kickoff, Lebanon and Gallatin, in 60 seconds. Cablevision 6, Charter Communications, is we've got the replay on Saturday mornings. Channel 1 Video Productions. Danny Bruner and Tick Bryan producing the broadcast tonight for TV tape delay. Lebanon and Gallatin. Gallatin in the green home uniforms, the gold pants, gold helmets in the style of the Green Bay Packers. Lebanon across the way in the solid white road uniforms, white jerseys, white pants, blue numerals, white helmet, trimmed in royal blue. Ron Marshall is the head coach of the Blue Devils in his 4th year at the Lebanon High School helm. 13th overall in football at Lebanon High School. Blue Devils retreating into the south end zone. Justin Jones will stand deep. Jay Swan, the soccer-style kicker, will kick it away for the Green Wave. And here with the play-by-play call of Lebanon and Gallatin is Clyde Harville.
Okay, thank you, Tommy. Let's play football in Gallatin, Tennessee. Lebanon with Jones, the deep man, as Tommy told you. Jones is standing at about the 10. We've got Forrest and Shockley, the up men. The kick is long and it's deep and it's going through the end zone, and Lebanon will bring it out and put it in play at the 20. A good kickoff. The soccer-style kicker knocks it all the way through the end zone, and the Blue Devils will have to start from the 20.
Starting at the 20-yard line after that kick sails into the back of the end zone. Jay Swan with the strong right leg. Offensively for Lebanon, Grandstaff, Zach Thompson up front. Check it. That will be one of the Hayneses at the left guard. Steelman at center. Harrison Haynes at guard. And John Miller at right tackle.
Lebanon with 2 wideouts. Jones left, Schaefer right, landing underneath, making the call. 1st and 10. They give it in the middle and hit behind the line, getting back to the line of scrimmage. Gallatin all over a tailback Forrest as they nail him a yard behind the line, but he finally makes it back to the 20.
Sean Britton, their leading tackler, with the stop for Gallatin. They line up in the 4-3 and let those linebackers be very active. They sent Britton on a quick blitz. He gets to the hole just as Forrest is receiving the football. So he's very fortunate to get that thing right back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Blue Devils go out of the same formation. The fullback is Jason Neal. The tailback is Forrest, lining up under the center. Gallatin cheating their linebackers. Toss sweep right side. A little blocking. Forrest turns it. He's got 5. He's got 10. Forrest at the 30. Over the 35. Ridden out of bounds up at about the 37-yard line. 1st down, Blue Devils.
John, when Lebanon catches them in that blitz, if they can get on the corner, they've got some running room.
You know, Forrest took a huge hit on that first carry. He made up for it on the second carry, got on the corner, cut it right back up, right when he needed to, made a quick cut, and that speed got him the 1st down.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Ball at the Blue Devil 37-yard line.
Clyde 17 yards on that carry for the tailback Forrest.
Defendahl now left. And Jones to the right. Lanning underneath, making the long count. Lanning. Delay play up the middle. They give it to Forrest, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard as Gallatin really tough in the middle of that line and led by that number 54. That is Gerard. It's Matt Grandstaff, and he made the stop in there. It'll be 2nd and 11 now for the Blue Devils after the loss of a yard.
Want to remind everybody to stay with us for the post-game scoreboard show tonight. And this addition to the broadcast, Mike Manning on the stats tonight, stepping in for Terry Stafford, who's out of town.
2 and 11 for the Blue Devils. They have as yet to put it in the air. Lanning wants to throw. Quarterback draw. Lanning's got 3 yards. Knocked down up at the 39. He picks up a 3-yard gain on the quarterback draw, and it'll bring up 3rd down now and 9 for the Blues.
Dustin Minchie goes out of the game. Defendahl out of the game. Schaefer returns for Lebanon at one of the split receiver positions. Lebanon has shuttling the plays in with receivers tonight. They felt like Oakland may have been picking up some of their signals last week. So Moose Marshall going with a little safety here tonight, running those plays in from the sideline.
Jones and Schaefer are the wideouts. 3rd down and 8 for the Blue at their own 39. Straight drop back. Got to get rid of it. He's sacked. Lanning could not get it out here he had a man wide open, but he could not get it out here to his tailback, who was out here in the flat waiting for the football because the rush was so great. He couldn't take a chance, had to pull it down and eat it all the way back to the 21-yard line. The Blue Devils will have to kick it away from there, and Gallatin will send Jaquez Williams back. I think Dustin Minchie's on our team, isn't he?
Schaefer will kick it. 41.1 is the average. Jaquez Williams deep return for Gallatin.
And Gallatin sending everybody at it. Schaefer's got time. A long end over end. Williams going to take it, bobble it, and Lebanon is after him. They hit him and knock him down. No return all the way back to the 36-yard line. Great defense there by, is it Vandiver? number 20 for the Blue Devils. It is William Vandiver, made the initial hit downfield in a hurry, then had some more white jerseys with him, but Vandiver made the initial pop.
Vandiver and Goolsby hustling quickly up the field to make the play, not letting Jaquez Williams get anything on that punt return.
Gallatin 1st and 10. They go with 3 receivers. The quarterback is Johnson, the junior. Johnson underneath, gives it to his tailback, trying to slide outside, big hole, and Lebanon will hit him, but he crosses the 40 all the way out to the 46-yard line. Blue Devils finally ride him down, but a hole there that you could have driven a truck through, and that looked like a Oakland play last week on us, Tommy Bryan, about the first time they ran the ball.
Broke the thing outside quickly. Maurice Staten, who has been the leading ball carrier for Gallatin, comes in averaging over 4 yards a carry, 191 yards on the season. Busted it off tackle, got a big gain off the right side.
Marcus Williams is the fullback. Staten is the tailback, and they send motion across the action, and they give it to the tailback, and he's not going to get but a yard or so. Hit in there by big Varte Martin. Martin met him at the line of scrimmage, got driven back a couple of yards, so he'll get 2 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. Martin filled that hole in a hurry. Gallatin with the football at their, well, about halfway between the 48 and 49 with a 2nd and 8. Again, they put 2 receivers to the short side, 1 to the wide side. They flank the fullback to the left, and they give it again to the tailback, and he's not got much there. He may have gotten a yard. Noses it out to the 44. Blue Devils all over it over there. Big number 57 for the Blue Devils, making one of the hits in there. That's John Miller. But he had help. He got a yard. It's 3rd and 7 now for Gallatin. Ball in Gallatin territory, and nose of the football at about the midfield stripe.
3rd and 7, long down situation for the Lebanon defense. This is where you want Gallatin. You don't want them in that 3rd and 2.
Nobody's thrown it yet, but a passing situation for the Wave. Underneath is Johnson. Lebanon going to jump, and that's going to cost them 5.
That puts them now in the 3rd and 2, Clyde. The short yardage situation where you're able maybe to root it out of there and run the football. They got Aaron Smith, the nose man, listening to the snap count instead of watching the football, and he jumped into the neutral zone.
Now it will be, as Tommy told you, 3rd and 2, so we help them a little here, and that puts the ball in our territory at the 45. Nose of the football at the Lebanon 45, and again they go into that widespread. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Lebanon trying to adjust, and they give it to the tailback coming to the near side. He's got the first down. 40, 35, all the way down to the 32-yard line of Lebanon. Goes the tailback, Staten. Got that big hole. That was that first down play all over again, and again the big hole was there.
Clyde, what they've done is they put a wing back, a big wing back, over our weak side defensive end, Schaefer. Schaefer normally plays opposite the tight end, where they put a big wing back on him, blocked down. They tie up Schaefer for a little bit, and that allows them to get up in that crease.
1st and 10, Gallatin at the Lebanon 32. Johnson sets his ball club down. Again, he gives it to that tailback, and again, this time Schaefer's on him. Knocks him down at the 30. Varte Martin over to help, but Schaefer had a leg, and he couldn't shake Kyle Schaefer. He noses the football inside the 30, got about a yard and a half. Call it a 2-yard gain, and 2nd down and 8 for the Green Wave.
Right, they put that big fullback, Marcus Williams, in the slot. He goes about 205 pounds. Kyle Schaefer, maybe 160, 170 pounds. They're trying to bull him out of there. Gallatin's going to take a timeout. They want to examine some things. We'll take a break as well. 30 seconds. We'll take the break. 5:34 to go in the first period. There is no score. We'll be back in 30. 9, Gallatin looking at a 2nd down and about 8. The football resting squarely on the Lebanon 30. Lebanon went 4 plays and out after gaining a first down in their first possession. Gallatin has come out and run the football right at the Blue Devils, have run off tackle and been successful doing that. 2nd down and about 8. We're at 5:34 to go in the first period. There is no score.
Gallatin has driven it 35 yards from our 36 to from their 36 to our 30. and it's 2nd down 8. Johnson gets set and comes, and again they give it to that tailback, and again he's got a big hole. Second effort, and Lebanon going to stack him up. He's going to get about 5 yards all the way down to the 26. Jaquez Williams in the ball game now at the tailback spot.
Aaron Smith with the tackle. Got some help from Dillon, the strong safety, coming up and filling as they started the tailback right behind the big fullback in the slot and then let him cut back against the grain, and a pretty good run from scrimmage by Jaquez Williams.
3rd and a long 4. Gallatin, 2 receivers to the short side, and again they won't timeout. And we'll take a timeout. 4:57 to play in quarter 1. There is no score, but Gallatin is on the move. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Harville bringing you Lebanon High football. 4:57 to go in the first quarter. There is no score. Gallatin is on the march, however, as the Green Wave have mounted a pretty good offensive drive, running the football. The ball rests just outside Lebanon's 25-yard line. Gallatin now looking at a 3rd down and a long 4 to go for the first down. They've burned 2 of their 3 first half timeouts.
Now they shift the 2 receivers left to the wide side, 1 receiver to the short side. And the tailback is Jaquez Williams. They bring motion across the action, and they give it to Williams. And the Blue Devils are going to meet him, and he's not going to get the first down. He's going to make the 23. He's got to go to the 21. And that's Staton again rather than Williams. I beg your pardon. Maurice Staton on the carry. It'll bring up a 4th down and 2-yard situation to go. And let's see what they're going to do. Are they going to try to kick it from here? No.
Well, I don't think so. They brought in some different personnel. Williams in the football game. Also, Sean Britton comes in. They go into the smokestack eye. 3 backs lined up behind the quarterback.
Lebanon trying to come up on the defense. Johnson underneath, calling the signals. Lebanon jumps, and I think Lebanon's going to give them a first down by jumping. Twice we've helped them.
Gallatin got in the short yardage offense, changed the cadence just a little bit, and Lebanon jumped into the neutral zone. So the 5-yard penalty gives Gallatin the gift first down. They leave that short yardage offense in the football game. They've got Eric Reed at a tight end, 230 pounds, big beefy kid at one tight end, and at the other tight end they go with Robert Carter, about 200.
Blue Devils giving up about 25 pounds a man in that line. Johnson sets him down again out of that smokestack eye. Back to throw. Fires long, and it's going to be overthrown down out of the end zone. And Johnson got popped back just as he turned that thing loose. Steelman was back there along with 29 for the Blue Devils, and that is Adam Dillon. And they put a double whammy on Johnson just as and made him throw actually a little bit sooner, I think, than he wanted to, and he overthrew his receiver in the end zone. 2nd down and 10 from the Lebanon 18.
Justin Jones had single coverage out there, Clyde, and had blanketed the receiver, overthrown, and that was kind of fortunate for the Green Wave. If he tries to gun that in there, we've got a shot at picking it off.
Chance Johnson, the quarterback, sets down and calls the signals. Gives to his full. No, Johnson going to keep it. He's at the 10. He's 10 there. Touchdown, Gallatin. Johnson on a quarterback keeper. Turned it at the 10, broke a tackle, and about the 8, skips over the 5 and lands into the end zone, and Gallatin goes on top 6-0 with 4:02 to play here in quarter 1.
The belly option, they fake it in there to the big fullback, Marcus Williams. We honor the fullback, and the quarterback cuts it up and gets that touchdown yardage. John, you've got the PAT call.
Taylor Nolan in to attempt a point after touchdown. Kenyon in to handle the snap from center. It's back, it's on the tee. The kick is up, looks good. It is. The Green Wave goes up 7-0, 4:02 to go in this first quarter of play in Gallatin, Tennessee. This sideline report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon across from Save-A-Lot. Go by and see Ron and the gang for all your hair care, family hair care needs. Back to the station for this 30-second commercial break.
Kick, and the Blue Devils are down by 7-0 with 4 minutes left in quarter 1. Jones deep for the Blue Devils. Here's Swan, kicked it through the end zone his first trip. Long and high. Jones going to take it at the goal line, a yard deep, and he'll bring it out to the 20.
Mike Manning, that scoring drive and the touchdown play.
Tommy, Gallatin goes 62 yards on 11 plays. Johnson taking it in for 18 yards out on the run. Gallatin takes the lead 7-0 with 4:02 left to go in the first quarter.
Blue Devils, second possession now. 3 and out. Well, I beg your pardon. They did pick up a first down. First play in the first series, but then had to kick it away. Blue Devils now out of the gun. Lanning with double receivers right, one to the left. Lanning out of the shotgun, back to throw. Looks, rolls right, got to throw it, fires long, and it's incomplete. Everybody was covered. Lanning just hit it into the dirt up at about the 28.
Clyde was running a little bit for his life, kind of a semi-roll to the right. Forrest was his safety valve. Forrest was open for a split second as he turned upfield, but Gallatin quickly ran a defensive back over to pick up our halfback. Chad had nowhere to go with the football and wisely decided to throw it away and live to fight another day.
Gallatin very quick, very fast. Lebanon with Schaefer and Defendahl right. They bring Jones to the near side. Again, they go out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. Lanning to throw. Fires it outside. Breaks a tackle. Heading upfield. Lowers his head at the 25 and plows over a Gallatin man and will make the 25, maybe the 26. As he swung that out there to Schaefer, and Schaefer got hit at about the 24, but lowered the head and picks up, well, about 6 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 4 now for the Blue Devils.
Well, just like a running play, quickly gets the ball out to Kyle Schaefer, and the more times you can get it in his hands, the better chance you've got for something good to happen for this Lebanon High football team.
Schaefer and Defendahl again go right. Jones comes to the left. Lanning, the quarterback, moves up under the center. Neal's the fullback, and Forrest is the tailback. 3rd and 4. They hand it to Neal up the middle. Nothing. Lebanon tried to catch him napping, but I tell you guys, that 54 in there is playing some fine football in the middle for Gallatin, that nose guard, and there was nothing going on there. It's, well, he's wearing 54 here tonight. Let's see what it is. Ryan Stover, 5'9", 200-pounder, but he's playing a lot of football. Schaefer got to kick it away. Blue Devils go 3 and out on their second possession, and they trail 7-0 with 2:30 to play here in the half. Schaefer gets a good snap. Beautiful high spiral kick. Williams going to take it, head up the sideline, and really get hit at about the 45. Blue Devils all over him at the Gallatin 45.
Good coverage once again. Vanderford down there quickly for the Blue Devils. Also running upfield in a hurry, Brody Farrell, as Schaefer got some hang time on that kick and was able to keep Gallatin from getting very much of a big return. Although the field position, when Swan kicks that thing into the end zone, Clyde, Lebanon's going to start at the 20, and that keeps Lebanon on the short end of the football field.
Well, you got that right, and he put both of them in the end zone. Gallatin with a 1st and 10. Johnson gives it to his tailback, and he breaks a tackle and comes right up the gut of the Lebanon defense, crosses the 48 over the 50, all the way down to the Lebanon 46, and will pick up 8 on the carry. And when they get 8 on first down, it's hard to stop them.
John, it looks like they have created some matchup problems by running that fullback over here in the slot, and they're trying to get us outnumbered.
They've got us outnumbered right now, Tommy. We've got to make some kind of defensive adjustment to stop this Green Wave offense.
2 receivers left, 1 right for the Wave. Johnson underneath, marking the signals. Back to throw. Wants to throw, fires long. He's got a man there, in and out of his hands. He just dropped it. He had Lebanon beat on the coverage, but he drops the ball. It goes to big number 88, and he can't hang on to it.
Weaver was the intended receiver, Clyde, and he's out there with Vandiver in and out of his hands. Vandiver right on his hip, but Scott Weaver, 6-foot junior, could not haul it in, and you can't ask much more from Chance Johnson. He laid that one right on the money.
Yeah, that one should have been caught, no doubt about that. 3rd and 2 for the Wave. Big play for the Blue Devils when they need a stop.
Don't jump off sides.
Long count by Johnson. Hands it to his tailback. Blue Devils hit him. It's going to be awfully close. It'll depend on the spot. I don't know where he got it or not. I think he may have by the spot.
He's right at the stick.
They will not even measure it. He put the nose of the football at the 44 of Lebanon. And it'll be a 1st and 10 Gallatin. And again, the Green Wave trying to move on the Blue Devils, leading 7-0 with 1:12 to play in the opening period here in Gallatin. Chance Johnson, the junior, barking the signals for the Green Wave. Toss sweep near side. Oh, what a hole. Here goes the tailback. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Jones has got to get him and knocks him down at the 10, all the way down to the 8-yard line.
Staten just got it on the corner in a hurry and turned on the jets. He exploded for that big first down yardage, and they have got it inside the Lebanon 10 on about the 8-yard line. On that carry, Mike Manning, what about it?
He has 8 carries tonight, Tommy, 78 yards so far in the first quarter.
How many on that one, Mike?
37 on that one, 36 on that one.
To go now on that short yardage situation with a smokestack high, 3 backs. Johnson gives it to the second man in, going to keep it himself. He's at the 5, fighting. Did he get in? He will. Yes, touchdown Gallatin. And the Blue Devils for the second straight week go down 2 touchdowns before we can put anything on the board.
They fake the belly play to the second man. Chance Johnson working on the Lebanon left side of the defensive unit. The belly play, they fake it inside. Johnson pulls it, keeps it 8 yards for the touchdown. The quarterback has scored them both. John, you got the call.
Taylor Nolan in to attempt the point after for the Green Wave. The snap is called for. It's back. It's on the tee. The kick is up. Looks good. It is. Gallatin goes up 14-0. A game tonight where field position, ball control, and massive drives by Gallatin has played the major role here tonight at Gallatin, Tennessee. Blue Devils down 14-0. This sideline report brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Coleman Street in Lebanon. Go by and see Ron and the gang in the morning. Talk about the games and get your hair cut at Ron's. Back in 30 seconds.
14-0 lead, and we're still in quarter one. 25.4 seconds remaining in the first period, and Gallatin up 14-0 on the Blue Devils, who again are starting very slow. Here's the kick, long and deep, and again Jones won't even touch that one. It goes all the way through the end zone as Swan puts it all the way through the end zone, and the Blue Devils for the 3rd time tonight will start from their own 20-yard line.
Glad that's a weapon. Mike Manning, what about that scoring drive and scoring play for the Green Wave?
Tommy, Gallatin took 6 plays to go 55 yards. Johnson takes it in for his second touchdown, 8 yards with 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. 14-0 Gallatin.
Lebanon out of the huddle and up to the line. Blue Devils going to go out of the gun. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Here's the snap. It's low. Lannon got to get it out of there. Rolls. Turns it upfield. Lannon at the 20, 25, 30, 35, and ridden out of bounds across the way as he crosses the 36 out to the 37-yard line. Lannon on a rollout, and the Blue Devils, Tommy, they got to go wide on this team. There's no up the middle.
Well, there hasn't been any success running up the middle so far tonight. Lanning is able to get that thing out on the corner and to pick up some positive yards there. What we got there? That's 17, 19. What was the gain on that, Mike? 17 yards?
17 yards. They started at 20, about at 37.
And got it out on the corner quickly. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. Lebanon trails 14-0 to the Green Wave. Zach, we're going to send it back to you for a 60-second timeout. This is Blue Devil football on FM 98.9. And bringing you Blue Devil football from Gallatin. Gallatin up 14-0 as we start quarter number 2.
Lannon sets them down. Double wide out set. Lannon toss sweep to the near side, and Forrest lowers his head, gets out over the 40 to the 41, maybe the 42. Forrest is going to make the 42 and is going to pick up about 5 yards on the play. So it'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Blue Devils. And guys, when you can get 5, 6, 7, 8 yards on that first down, it's a way to keep those sticks moving.
Well, it is, and field position now much better for the Blue Devils. This is the best field position they have had all night long. Credit that big run by Lanning on first down to get them out of the hole. Lebanon now on about the 43.
Jones left, Schaefer right, Jones left. Blue Devils moving from your left to right. Lannon makes a call, backs up, fires, got his man. Jones is hit at the 50, but he's got the first down. Jones makes the grab right at midfield. Hit immediately, but it's enough for the first down, and the Blue Devils now have strung 2 first downs together and moved 30 yards all the way out to midfield.
John, that was a nice catch by the senior split receiver.
Tommy Lanning put it where only he could reach it. He made the grab, took a massive hit in the back, hung on to it for the big first down.
Schaefer now goes left. Jones comes to the near side right. Blue Devils on the left hash mark, moving to your right. Lannon making the call, toss sweep right side. Needs a block and didn't get it. Boy, that looked like a great play for a moment. And then sliding off a block to make the tackle was Sean Britton, and got through the Lebanon defense over there. Blue Devils block Britton, and they've got big yardage out of that play. They wind up back at the line of scrimmage.
Fine, they just took on the block of Brody Farrell with a couple of green-shirted defenders. Forrest had nowhere to go. The play started out pretty good, and they just destroyed the interference.
Blue Devils send Schaefer and Defendahl now to the wide side or the near side. Jones is left. Brody Farrell is the fullback. Lannon back to throw, got a little time. Going to turn it down, moves up the middle. Lannon moves over the 45, down inside the 44, near the 43 of Gallatin. Big gain on second down for a quarterback draw. Will bring up third now and 3 as Lannon gets 7 all the way to the Gallatin 43, and it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Blue Devils.
Makes a big difference when you've got a quarterback who can take what looks like a bad play and turn it into a positive. Chad on the scramble picked up positive yards and now gets Lebanon in a relatively short 3rd down, maybe a long 3 to go for the first.
3rd and 3 for the Blue. Schaefer and Defendahl come to the near side. Jones to the far side. Lannon sets him down. Big play for the Blue Devils. Lannon toss sweep right side and trying to slide outside, and Gallatin all over that play to the tailback Forrest, and he might have got back to the sticks, but no more. I think he did get he's going to lose a yard back to the 44, and it will be 4th down now and 4 for Lebanon at the Gallatin 44.
But I think we were lucky they didn't call a hold on us in the backfield. Brody Farrell had a big handful of a Gallatin defender trying to turn him and keep him away from our tailback. Lebanon sends in massive substitutions. Let's see what we've got here. If that's the punt team, yes it is. Schaefer in the game, punt team on the field. 4th down and 4. Lebanon's going to kick it.
Schaefer at his own 44. Gallatin leading 14-0. Here's the snap. A good one. Schaefer's got plenty of time. Gallatin puts the return on. Long spiral. Fair catch call, but it goes into the end zone, and Gallatin now will have to start from their 20.
44 yards on the punt by Schaefer as he kicks it into the end zone over the head of Jaquez Williams. And John, we showed something offensively on that series. We were able to pick up a couple of first downs, maybe a bit of a confidence builder for the offense.
Momentum is such a key role in a high school football game. That and the kicking game, and both have been going against the Blue Devils all night. Maybe we picked up a little confidence, as you said, and maybe we can get something going offensively.
Gallatin will split Aaron Kenyon out to the near side. And Johnson down the line, going to give it to his fullback, and he's got a couple of yards up to about the 22. Marcus Williams, I think, on the carry. It was. Goes for 2 yards to the 22. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 now for the Green Wave. And if the Blue Devils ever made a stop, they got to get that football back now. They trail 14-0 with 7:56 to play here in the first half. Gallatin just running it down our throats, smash mouth football here in the first quarter. Johnson sets the way. 2 wideouts right, 1 to the left. Gallatin moving right to left. Johnson hands off to that tailback. Lebanon all over him. He got a couple, maybe 3 yards. He got out near the 25. Did not cross the 25. Miller getting up off the bottom of that pile, but he had help in there. Neighbors getting up. Steelman was there. Gallatin now will be looking at a 3rd and 6, and that's about the best situation we've had him in all night. 3rd and 6 for the Wave. Chance Johnson underneath. 3 wide outs out for Gallatin. Man in motion across the way. And they give it in the middle to the fullback. Nothing. He got to the 25, and Lebanon stops him right there cold. Make it Staten, the tailback, making the carry. He gets nothing there. Miller makes the stop again, and for once the Blue Devils have held the Greenway. That's the first stop we've had tonight.
Nice play in there, defensive line. Varte Martin sheds a blocker and makes initial contact. We needed that kind of play. Deep to kick the football for the Green Wave. Aaron Kenyon going deep to return for the Blue Devils. We've got twin safeties. No, check it. Shockley goes deep for Lebanon.
Here is the snap. Kenyon to kick. Blue Devils coming. They almost get it. Tremendous kick. Long and high. Shockley going to drop it.
Ball down.
Ball on it. Back at the 23-yard line.
Glad we had the block
He's
on.
having his problems handling those punts now, and well, that one went through his hands. Gallatin just didn't have anybody down close.
Mike, that was a rocket. 52 yards on that punt by Kenyon as he just drills one. Field position once again turned around as Lebanon will put it in play on about their own 24-yard line.
Schaefer goes left, Vandiver right. Neal's the fullback. Forrest the tailback. Lanning underneath, calling the shots. Toss sweep right side. Trying to get outside, and not a lot. May have gotten a yard on the play as they give it to Forrest and sweep him wide, but Gallatin stringing it out. Boy, they run to the football really well.
We didn't have any success running between the tackles early. Now Gallatin flying people out to the corner as the Blue Devils trying to get around the end. Lebanon looking at a second down and about 9 yards to go for the first.
Schaefer and Deffendahl going left to the short side. Vandiver to the wide side. Lebanon going out of the gun. Lanning barking the signals, takes the call, looks, fires long. Schaefer's there. Caught. No, he drops it. He was hit. Schaefer had it. His hands on it at the Gallatin 42, hit in the back and coughs it up. And it's a long incompletion. If Schaefer hangs on to that, he's got 6. He's behind everybody.
John, it looked like we had 2 receivers in the same spot in the field. Vandiver also out there. I wonder if that was a mix-up.
Not sure. Vandiver actually got a hand on the ball after Schaefer missed it. You won't see Kyle Schaefer dropping many balls, and that one hit him in the hands. Lanning got the pass out there, floated it out there. It was kind of a duck, but it was catchable, and you won't see Schaefer drop many.
3rd and 9 for the Blue Devils. Lanning again out of the shotgun. Lanning back to throw, got plenty of time. Looks, swings it out to the near side. Forrest makes the grab and then is cremated down there by big number 36 and coughs it up. So Lebanon will have to kick it away. Hit by Marcus Williams, 5'10", 195-pound senior. He's only 195. That may not be a cow in Texas.
Lanning got pressure up the middle. Somebody had a handful of jersey, and Chad was able to break loose.
Schaefer again to kick. 5:15 to play in the opening half, and Lebanon again on the short end of a 14-0 score. Schaefer got plenty of time and hits a rocket. Gallatin now got to chase it. Hits and takes a Lebanon bounce to the 28. Lebanon gets a hand on him and drops him as he gets back to the 33, maybe the 34. Jaquez Williams got it at the 28, brings it to the 34 for a 6-yard return. And the Blue Devils get Dustin Minchie down there, and Minchie makes the tackle. Give him the 34. They give him a pretty good spot.
Another good kick by Schaefer, 46 yards on the punt for the senior.
1st and 10 now, Gallo. Double wide out set for the Wave. Chance Johnson barking the signals. Toss sweep to the tailback. Lebanon gets a hand on him, and then Staten keeps on his feet, crosses the 40, still on his feet all the way out to the 45-yard line. Staten hit about 20 times, but the Blue Devils don't knock him down.
Clyde, I bet we had 8 Blue Devils hit him. Steelman made initial contact. Lebanon's strong side linebacker tried to hit him. Caught him, in fact, caught the play from behind and let him go. And 7 or 8 Blue Devils with good contact. Staten just kept pounding and pounding that football.
He gets 6 yards out of nothing that time, and Gallatin with a 2nd and 4 and a short for that. Chance Johnson sets him down at the Gallatin 45. Johnson barking the signals. Rolls, wants to throw. Fires out here. He's got his man at the 45, the 50, and ridden out of bounds. And Lebanon's Minchie lost a helmet out of that deal. Steelman was there, along with Minchie, to make the stop. But it's a Gallatin first down out to the 48.
They swing the fullback out in the flat, pull the backside guard, and he kicks on a defensive end to give Chance Johnson an opportunity to step up and throw the football. Minchie has to leave the game. His helmet popped off, and a pad came flying out of it, so they have to get Minchie off the field. Minchie has left the field. We didn't get somebody in for him.
Lebanon will take a timeout right here. 4:09 to play in the opening quarter, or in the opening half. It's 14-0 Gallatin. We'll be back in 30.
Half, the Green Wave lead the Blue Devils 14-0. John Bryan, this may be the best I have seen Gallatin play against Lebanon in 3 or 4 years.
They've really put together a game plan tonight, Tommy, both offensively and defensively against the Blue Devils. Seems like they've studied the game film, and they've shut down Kyle Schaefer on the defensive end of the ball, and they're really getting some heat on Chad back there in the passing situations. We've got to stop them on this drive and get in halftime only 2 down.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. They bring motion and give it to the tailback, and he goes right up the gut. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Ridden down at our 25-yard line. Lebanon's got the football. The Blue Devils get it. Somebody just took it away from Staten down there. That wasn't a fumble. They just stole it.
Adam Dillon, the strong safety, came up and stripped it out of Staten's hands. They broke the tailback right up the middle for huge yardage. 20-something yards on that run from scrimmage, about 27 yards. Jones jumps on his back. John, it looked like Dillon just ripped it out of his hands.
You're right, Tommy. On the tackle on the way down, he just come across the back of him and ripped it. That's the momentum swing we needed.
Well, we hope you're right, John Bryan. Blue Devils out of the shotgun. 3 receivers out, 1st and 10. And our 24. 3:58 to play. Lanning with plenty of time. Looking, firing over the middle. Caught! 45, 50, 45, 40. All the way down to the Gallatin 40. It's Vanderveer, and he caught it on a deflection.
I'd rather be lucky sometimes than good. Lanning was in trouble, tried to dump the ball into the middle. It flipped off the hands of at least 2 Gallatin defenders. Vanderveer kept running his route and hauled it in for the big, big play. Lebanon now has it 1st and 10 at the Gallatin 35-yard line. Let's see on that play. 40 yards on that play.
Lebanon, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Again, they go out of the shotgun. Lanning out of the gun. Here's the snap. Lanning rushed, fires to the near side. Forrest, 35. Forrest trying to lower that head, tried to slip outside. Gallatin double teams him and bops him down at about the 31. They'll spot it at the 32. Boy, it looked like he was going to get a lot more yardage than that. Gallatin really gets there in a hurry. Now they put it at the 31 and give him the 3 yards that we thought he had on the beginning. And it'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Blue at the Gallatin 31.
That's the closing speed of that Gallatin secondary. Schaefer was a blocker out here in the flat. They just outnumbered Schaefer and put 3 guys over here chasing Forrest down.
Lanning up under the center. Calling the shots. Lanning back to throw. Rolls right. Looks. Lanning going to be hit and knocked out of bounds at the 34. He's going to lose about 3 yards.
Lebanon's receivers have got to do a better job of moving when Chad starts to move. We had a guy out here in the flat running the out route. He stopped. He was covered. If he takes off and goes vertical, that gives Chad another option to throw the football. Run your route, yeah, but if it starts to fall apart, move around and give your quarterback some options.
3rd and 9 now for the Blue Devils as Lebanon will send 3 receivers left. And only 1 to the right. Schaefer out of the gun. Lanning comes to the near side, got a little room, turns it at the 30. Lanning diving for the first down, did not get it. He goes down to the 30, or rather the 27. He had to go to the 25, but I would say the Blue Devils would probably go for it here on a 4th and 2.
2:20 and the clock running here before halftime. Jones comes into the game at a split receiver spot for Lebanon. Out of the game goes Vandiver, and the play signaled in from the sideline. When Lebanon does signal tonight, they just signal in a number, and Chad checks the play on an armband. We're going to have to hurry to make sure we get this one off. A little hesitation in the huddle.
1:58 to play. Lebanon got to hurry to get the play underway. Lanning sets him down, 4th and 2, a long 2. Lanning with a count, looks, rolls, breaks a tackle. Lanning's going to have the first down, 25-20. Lanning inside the 15 to the 14, 1st and 10 Blue Devils.
Bootleg for Lanning as he gets out on the right corner, gets deep, cuts it up, and shows that good foot speed, and that gives you another option when your quarterback can tuck it and run. First down yardage for the Blue Devils.
13 yards.
13 yards, Mike Manning tells us on that run, and 1:30 and the clock running.
Blue Devil at the Gallatin 14. Needing to get a score here before the half and whittle this lead in half. It's 14-0 Gallatin with 1:22 to play. Lebanon sends 3 receivers left. Lanning again out of the shotgun. Here is the snap. Lanning looks, rolls to his left, wants to throw, and now is going to slip and fall back at the 23.
We need to take a timeout right here. Lanning with a negative yards as he slips. There's inside a minute now.
Lanning going to lose 8 on the carry to the 23. And Lebanon now wants a timeout. 54.4 seconds remaining in the half. Gallatin leading 14-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Lebanon trails Gallatin 14-0, and the Blue Devils are driving. They have the football, 2nd down and long at the Gallatin 23-yard line. Chad Lanning just took what is officially a negative on that play. Mike, how big was that loss?
9 yards on that loss. Tommy Lanning has run the ball 8 times tonight, has total 38 yards.
Lanning out of the shotgun. Lebanon with a 2nd down and long. 2nd and 18 from the 23. Lanning got a little time, rolls right, fires. Jones, a great catch down at the 11. What a grab by Jones, sliding down on the ground, gets his arms under that thing and catches it at the 11.
Great catch, great throw. 42.1 seconds. Lebanon burns another timeout right there as they cut that yardage about in half that they need for the first. We'll keep it right here. A very safe route by Lebanon. They ran Jones on the deep out route. Lanning rolling to his right and nails a sliding Jones as he goes down. If he could have kept his feet, perhaps he might have been able to run out of bounds. Lebanon with a 3rd down. The football placed at the Gallatin 12-yard line, 11-yard line that is. Lebanon with a 3rd down. They can get 8 for the first and go 12 for the first. 2 plays here, no field goal on this possession, folks. We're going to try to use both these plays. Now, if you run it here, you better get it out of bounds. Look for us to throw it twice. You can't afford to waste a play running the football here, because if you don't score, don't get the first, you're not going to be able to spike it on that next play to stop the clock. Lebanon just may have 2 plays called in the huddle.
Well, you may be right. They may have called a couple. Blue Devils now with a 3rd and 8 from the 11. Lanning out of the shotgun. 3rd down, 8. Blue Devils trying to get it into the end zone. Lanning fires it out, batted by Gallatin. They had that set up beautifully, but I'll tell you what, if he'd seen Defendahl, it was 6. Nobody picked up Defendahl, and he was going to the end zone wide open.
Incomplete. That does stop the clock with 37.8 seconds to go. Lebanon can pick up the first without scoring. 4th down and about 8 to go for the first.
And they've got to go Well, we lose a yard on that.
On the spot?
On that incompletion. That's.
Gallatin didn't like what they saw.
Now Gallatin wants a time. That's their last, I think.
That is, because they had burned
37.8 seconds. Lebanon knocking on the door with 14-0. Gallatin on the scoreboard. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
On the field, and John Forrest looked like he was open. The ball perhaps slipped out of Chad's hands.
We thought over here on the sideline maybe that he may have tried to bring it back. Maybe he saw Defendahl down the field, and as he was trying to stop his action throwing the ball forward, might have come out a little early or premature or too late for him to rekindle it back in his arms. But a huge play here, 4th and 8. We can pick up a first down. Look for the Blue Devils to try to get the first and have a couple of more cracks at the end zone.
They got to go to the 4 for the first down. Inside the 4, Lanning out of the shotgun. Gallatin will be bringing the kitchen sink. Here they come, and Gallatin going to be hit and drop. Lebanon, they're going to get Lanning back at the 18. Gallatin brought everybody. I don't know if anybody was blocked.
They brought them all. Just a sea of green jerseys come through there. Lebanon was in the shotgun, one back with Lanning to help block, and they just blew up the offensive front for Lebanon. 32.4 seconds to go in the half, and Gallatin keeps Lebanon out of the end zone.
Gallatin will take over with 32.4. They've got a 14-0 lead. Blue Devils can't afford to let down here and let them put something else on the board. Lebanon, everybody up on the line, and Gallatin just going to take a knee. They're going to be satisfied to get out of here with a 14-0 lead and get the football to open the second half. They'll count it down, and I think that'll be the final play. They'll start it up, and Gallatin will let the clock run out. And they'll go out of here at halftime with a 14-0 lead on the Blue Devils. Gallatin 14, Lebanon nothing at the half. 2 minutes, then we'll be back.
Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. From Dr. Charles Lanning and the Women's Health Center, go Blue Devils. University Medical Center are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football.
U-M-C for L-H-S. U-M-C for L-H-S. U-M-C for L-H-S.
From University Medical Center, go Blue Devils. Lebanon Dodge, Lebanon Lincoln Mercury Cadillac are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Billy Farrell and Eddie Oliver want to wish the Blue Devils much success on this year's season. From Lebanon Dodge, Lebanon Lincoln Mercury Cadillac, go Blue Devils. Randy's Barbershop are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Randy Johnson would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Randy's Barbershop, go Big Blue. Buckeyes Discount Drugs are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. John Turner of Buckeyes would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Buckeye Drugs, go Big Blue. Partlow Funeral Chapel are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Jackie Partlow would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Partlow Funeral Chapel, go Blue Devils! Charter Communications are proud sponsors of Lebanon High School Blue Devil football. Charter Communications would like to wish the Blue Devils good luck and much success on this year's season. From Charter Communications, go Blue Devils!
Lebanon dressed in white. Derek Allison will kick it off for Lebanon High School. Allison, a soccer-style kicker. Gallatin's return team will be setting up just in a moment. Mike, let me take a look at those stats that you had for halftime. I'll run through a couple more of those as we get ready to go here. Gallatin with 150 yards. 150 yards in total offense, 142 of that on the ground. Lebanon 125 in total offense, 56 rushing, 69 through the air, 125 yards. Both teams came up with 5 first downs each. Staten, the tailback for the Green Wave, has been their big weapon. They will send twin receivers deep, standing at the 10 for Gallatin. Tony Jones on the far hash mark, and on the near hash mark, Maurice Staten. And here with the second half call of this game is Clyde Harville.
Miller will kick it for the Blue Devils, who need to try to get back in this football game. Lebanon tees it up on the hash mark, and as Tommy told you, Jones is left and Staten is right, back deep for Gallatin. And here's the kick. Long driving kick is going to go to Staten at the 7, to the 10, comes to the near side to the 20. Hit and dropped by Trice as he crosses the 25 over the 26 out to the 27. And Gallatin will put it in play. Good field position at their own 27 as he brought it out from about the 6 to the 27.
Trice and Donnie Roan, two seniors, combining on the tackle on special teams for Lebanon. Defensively for the Blue Devils up front, Varte Martin, Aaron Smith, John Miller are your 3 down linemen.
Blue Devils need to stop them back deep this time. Chance Johnson underneath, making the call. Going to give it to Staten, and the tailback is going to be mad. He didn't get much. Maybe a yard out to the 28. Well, I'll give him a couple of yards out to the 28.
Clyde, Lebanon's made a little bit of adjustment in that defensive front. John talked about we needed to do something. Well, we have. Chris Stillman has moved to the nose. It gives you a 230-pound nose man. Checking in at the strong side linebacker spot for him is Chris Hires. So Aaron Smith, relatively lightweight at 190 pounds, out of the game at nose man, and a quick flag comes on the field.
And Gallatin retreating and expecting it.
Illegal substitution against Gallatin.
Oh, they'll walk off 5, back to the 24, and it'll be second down and 14.
Steelman gives you a little bit better matchup against Sudbury, that 245-pound nose man, center for Gallatin.
That ought to be a battle. Johnson underneath, brings motion across the action and hands it to his tailback, and he's got some running room. Jack Williams, they've got to catch him over the 30, out over the 35, over the 40, over the 42, out to the 43. Goes Jaquez Williams. As Lebanon missed a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and Williams just steps right up the middle. They had to catch him from behind, really.
Clyde, we did a pretty good job of taking on the blockers. Nobody finished the deal, and Jaquez Williams just explodes upfield for that big yardage for the Green Wave.
Sean Britton in there now at the tailback spot for Gallatin as they run him in and out, and they sweep it to Britton, going to the far side, turns on the speed. He's got some running room. He's got a first down over the 45, over the 50, down to the Lebanon 47, and the Blue Devils are doing nothing about this Gallatin running game. They're just absolutely ramming it down our throats.
John, we had made the change up front. We got Steelman on the line of scrimmage, but Gallatin has hit us up the middle, and now they've gone on the corner.
Tommy, they're killing our defensive ends. The fullback for Gallatin, 36, is absolutely all over Kyle Schaefer wherever he goes. You watch him and see. He takes him to the ground about every play.
Gallatin with a 1st and 10 at the Lebanon 47. Johnson hands off through the middle. Moves over the 45 down to the 44. That's the fullback on the carry that time, Marcus Williams. Moves the length of the football, I'm sorry, Tommy, inside the 45.
What they've done is they have made Kyle Schaefer play straight up. They put a man on him where he can't play loose. They'll send the fullback over on his side in the slot and make him play like a strong side defensive end.
2nd and 8, and they give it to the tailback through the middle. Not a lot of running room there. Lebanon going to lasso him at about the 43 and shove him back. He gets about a good yard out of the carry. Carrying the football, Jaquez Williams. Gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 6, almost 7 for the Green Wave. Blue Devils need a big play right here for the defense.
Hires and Trice are the linebackers for Lebanon.
Gallatin out of the huddle. 3rd and 7 for the Wave. Chance Johnson. Back to throw. Bootlegs back. Looks. Fires long. Got a man. Intercepted. Lebanon picks it off at the 16. 29 for the Blue Devils. Who is he? Adam Dillon.
Dillon, the strong safety. He's the same young man who came up with the fumble in the first half. He's locked up single coverage down the field deep, and it's just like a punt for the Green Wave. Lebanon will now take over as Dillon makes a nice interception. Lebanon's got it 1st and 10. Football's going to be on about, what's that look like, Mike, about the 16 or 17?
17, I believe, is where they put it down. Lebanon going out of the shotgun. Lannon with 3 receivers out. Here's the snap. Lannon, draw play up the middle. Going to get back. Well, he may lose a yard to the 16. Quarterback draw trying to catch him in that blitz. He caught him in that blitz, but they were pinching tight enough they couldn't get between them, and they'd knock him down for a yard loss. It'll be 3rd down now. It should be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
So now they flip that thing back. 2nd down and 11 for the Blue after a yard loss. Schaefer goes left. Vandiver to the right. Loose football. Gallatin may have it. They say they do. If they do, they're in business, and they do at the 13-yard line. Lebanon with a toss to Forrest. I don't know if the toss was bad or the hands were bad, but they cannot make connection on the toss sweep. And the ball goes on the ground, and the Blue Devils get it.
Looks like Brandon Bowen's defensive tackle came up with that. John, did it hit Forrest on the, was it a low toss, or did Justin just drop it?
It was kind of low out of the hands of Chad, Tom, and bounced about 3 times before it got close to Forrest, and he couldn't get a handle on it.
1st and 10, Gallatin at the Lebanon 13. Gallatin handed it to the tailback, sliding outside. Lebanon's going to get him behind the line. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage. Flag going to go down. And pitch that in from behind, maybe against Gallatin.
Schaefer with initial contact behind the line of scrimmage on Jaquez Williams.
It's against Gallatin. They're retreating, expecting a biggie. And they're walking off a biggie. Back to the 23.
They got the hold against the Green Wave, and then the referee, the white hat, threw that as Lebanon kind of got the play tangled up in the backfield. That one sure helps. Now Gallatin backed up 10 yards, so it's going to be 1st and 20 for the Green Wave.
Gallatin sends Weaver and Jones to the right. And now they'll go out of the shotgun. Chance Johnson out of the gun. Here's the snap, and I think maybe too much time. It may cost Gallatin 5 more. I think this is delay.
It may have had somebody moving.
It did have somebody moving. Illegal procedure, you're right.
Like that right guard may have rocked just a little in his stance. Mike Manning quickly spotting that one, and Gallatin
Mike got a good eye on him, don't he?
On 2 plays, Gallatin goes backwards 15 yards.
And it's first and a bunch now from the 29. Out of the shotgun, Chance Johnson back to throw. Looks, fires long. He's got a man, but he's going to overthrow him in the end zone. Jones was there. Flanker Tony Jones, 5'11", 180-pound junior, was there, and he was open behind the Lebanon defender. But the pass was overthrown, and you could tell that one was going to be that he wasn't going to be able to catch up to it in the back of the end zone.
Looks like they're picking on Adam Dillon, the strong safety. When they're in the shotgun, they spread the offensive receivers very wide, and instead of Dillon being able to cheat the line of scrimmage and being an extra defender up close, he has to drop in the coverage. They sent Jones on a deep post route. He couldn't get there. The ball was overthrown.
Gallatin at the Lebanon 29. They've got to go to the 3 for a first down. Second and long. They give it to the tailback and right up the gut. And he plows and drives over the 30, over the 25, over the 20, inside the 15 to the 14. And that tailback is killing us just right up the middle.
Good lead block at the point of attack by Marcus Williams. And Staten just hammers away at the middle of that Lebanon offensive front. 14th carry now, 129 yards. 14 yards on that carry for Staten.
3rd and 12 for Gallatin at the Lebanon 14. Johnson, tailback right. This is Britton. Lebanon going to hit him as he slides inside the 10 down near the 7. And it will bring up a 4th down situation for Gallatin, and I would imagine they will. They'll send Nolan out to try the field goal here.
John, you've got the call of this field goal attempt for the Green Wave as the clock runs with 6:20 to go in the 3rd period.
Taylor Nolan in to attempt the field goal. The holder is Aaron Kenyon. The snap is called for. T spotted about on the 14, 13-yard line. The snap is back. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good. It's 5:59 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Gallatin takes a 17-0 lead over the Blue Devils. This sideline report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon across from Save-A-Lot. We'll take it back to the station for this 30-second commercial break.
Tommy, that play was a 6-yard drive, 5 plays after the turnover. Nolan with a 13-yard field goal to split the upright. With 5:59 left in the 3rd quarter, Gallatin now leads 17-0.
And Jay Swan, who's kept us backed up all night with his kickoffs, will kick it again. Lebanon will have Jones, and he will stand at the 5. Swan is set to kick. Blue Devils trailing 17-0. Late in the 3rd period. Long kick. This one might be returnable. Jones has got it at the 2. Back to the 5, to the 10, to the 15. Jones hit. Man, did he get hit at the 15. Somebody hits Jones at the 15, and his helmet goes about 10 feet in the air. Boy, did he get hit. They'll put it at the 17.
James Reese with that big hit for the Green Wave. And the ball carrier went one way and the helmet went the other. Wow. Gallatin making a statement out there tonight. 5:54 to go in the 3rd, and they're up 17-0.
Lebanon, 2 wideouts left. 1 to the right. This is Steffendahl to the wide side, near side. Lannon backpedaling. Draw play to the tight end, and he's going to get 2-3 yards out to about the 19, maybe the 20. And Jaquez Williams in there on defense knocks him down.
John, not a bad idea, dropping the screen off to Neighbors, trying to slow down that rush a little bit, but Gallatin left one man in a position to make a play.
Tommy Neighbors made a good catch on the ball. Lanning had to get rid of it. He was running for his life back there. It's designed for him to run for his life, but he's been running for his life on passing plays where it's not a screen. They're really getting to him back in the backfield.
Not getting a lot of blocking up front. Lannon is not tonight. Here's the snap out of the gun. Got some time. Fires to the near side. Caught by Steffendahl over the 25 to the 26. He may be a little bit shy of the first down. It's going to be awfully close. I think he may have to go to the 27. It'll be 3rd down and 1, I believe, for the Blue Devils. But they're going to call for a measurement. with 4:59 to play here in the third period, getting late in the third, and the Blue Devils are down 17-0.
That was a nice grab by Defendahl as he runs the box in on the far side of the field. Lanning, 5-step drop, delivers the football on a line. Let's see as they set this up. They stretch the chains, and we're going to be short by about the length of the football. Third down and very short to go for the first.
Lebanon trying to get out of a hole. They get it out to the 26. The length of the football is over the 26. They've got to nudge it out near the 27 for the first down. They'll send Vandiver left, bring Defendahl to the right. The fullback is White, Dwayne White. Tailback is Forrest. Lanning up under the center. Lanning with a call, and Lebanon going to jump off sides.
Zach Thompson, our left guard, moved prior to the snap. And we had a big hole for first down yardage. Flag came out quickly. Lebanon now, instead of third and short, they'll back it up and make it third and a long 5, almost 6 yards to go for the first down.
It will be 6. It'll be 3rd and 6 now for Lebanon. Lebanon with a good chance, but they've had problems with jumping off tonight. Gave Gallatin 2 big first downs in the first half on those first 2 drives by jumping in the neutral zone, and now the offense jumps off sides. Lebanon with a 3rd and 6. Lanning out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. Lanning looks, fires long. Schaefer is had it intercepted. Gallatin picks it off. The Gallatin man playing Schaefer really well. Got him to the outside, and Schaefer could not get around him to get to the ball. And Aaron Kenyon comes up with the interception, and Gallatin is back in business at their own 45.
Clyde, they think Kenyon is one of their better defenders. He came in with 3 interceptions to lead the team. He made a 4th one right there, almost like a punt that turns field position around. Now Gallatin's got it at their own 45. Big turnaround on the field position.
1st and 10, Chance Johnson. Hands it to that tailback, trying to slide outside. Schaefer gets a hand on him, holds him up, and he gets 2-3 yards, slides across. Boy, this guy is not all that fast, but he is hard to bring down.
Good body lean, Clyde. He starts into the line, is leaning forward, and if he can get a block or just a piece of a block, he's got a chance to get some good yardage. He seems to have been most effective when he's running straight away, and he doesn't have to have that much speed, just able to use his blocks.
He gets a half yard out of that, and they hit him for a 4-yard loss behind the line, and he still gets a half yard. Gallatin 2nd and 9. They give it to the big fullback. Blue Devils all over him, and they'll pull him back after he reaches the 46, a gain of about a yard. And it will be 3rd down and 8 for the Green Wave. Gallatin with a 3rd and 8, and you got to watch those long passes because they've been getting behind our defenders with that speed, but the quarterback has been overthrowing them. Double wide out, Scott Weaver to the left, Tony Jones to the right. Lebanon jumps, gets back, toss sweep, outside, 45-50. 45, still on his feet, over the 44, all the way down to the 41 of Lebanon. So they need 8, and they get about twice that.
John, when you're 3rd and 8 and can run the sweep with confidence for first down yardage, that says Gallatin's got our number tonight.
Tommy, they have really blown us off at the line of scrimmage. They're getting to the corners quick. Our corners are coming up trying to set that corner. They're just getting blown away by 2 big blocks from the Green Wave.
Late in the 3rd period, Gallatin driving and leading. Here's Staten going into the line. He got stood up that time at the 40 and knocked back. Steps in there for a yard and a half on the carry. Depending upon the spot, I think they'll give him the 40. They do. So it'll be a good yard on the carry. It'll be 2nd down 9 for Gallatin. But it don't seem to matter with this bunch with the green shirts on tonight. They seem to get what they need.
Very effective up front, Clyde Harville, with that offensive front for Gallatin. Not the biggest guys we've played against, but very good technique-wise, and they're staying in our pads.
Maybe the fastest group we've played against. Chance Johnson back to throw. Looks. Fires out to the near side. Got his man at the 35. Got a block 30. 25. Broke a tackle to the 20. 15. And then knock him out of bounds inside the 10. They'll spot it at the 8. And it'll be first and goal for the Green Wave with a 17-0 lead over the Blue Devils. And the Blue Devils are taking it on the chin here in Gallatin tonight.
Marcus Williams, the fullback, out in the flat. Catches the ball pretty much unobstructed and gets a great crackback block by Aaron Kenyon, the wide receiver, who peeled back and just leveled Shockley. Big run and catch for the Green Wave as it goes 26 yards from scrimmage.
First and goal, Gallatin at the Lebanon 8, and they give it to Staten, the tailback. He didn't get much. May have fallen in there forward for a yard. Lebanon trips him up. Steelman in from a linebacker spot. Trice in from the other spot to finish him off. They will put it at the 7, and it will be second down and goal at the Blue Devil 7.
Blue Devil football on FM 98.9 Lebanon.
This last half has been all Gallatin. 17-0 with a minute 13 to play in the third period. They hand it in there to Jaquez Williams, and he's going to get back. Breaks a tackle then and squirts across the 5 all the way down to about the 2. Lebanon had him stopped at the line of scrimmage, and they keep those legs powering, and they'll spot it at the 3. Dependahl finally stops him down there.
John, it's almost like we have to get them outnumbered when we make the tackles. Williams just fighting for extra yardage.
We've got to get him by the feet, trip him, I guess, because we cannot tackle him straight up. He is carrying tackler after tackler with him, and he's getting 4 or 5 yards after the initial hit.
Third and goal, quarterback sneaks. Did he get in? I don't think so. He made it to the 1. Then they push him back. Lebanon trying to keep him out of that end zone. And Gallatin will probably go for it here because it's 4th and 1.
John, help us on the spot down there. Where are we at?
Looks about on the right inside the 1-yard line. Inside the 1-yard line.
That's going to do it for 3/4 of play. 12 minutes of regulation football left. Lebanon trails Gallatin 17-0. We'll send it back to the station for this 60-second timeout.
From the 1, and they go in that smokestack high with the 3 backs behind the quarterback under center. Chance Johnson ahead with a quarterback surge. Did he get in? I don't think he did. Lebanon hold. Yes, they say signal touchdown. Well, it took a while, but they finally give him the touchdown, and Gallatin goes up 23-0.
John, it looked like on initial contact we got him going backwards, but he got a good second effort.
He never quit, Tommy. He kept on pushing forward and inched his way in, just had to break the plane, and he did. Nolan in to attempt the point after. Kenyon to handle the snap from center. Snap is called for. It's back. It's down on the tee. Nolan comes up and kicks it through the uprights. The extra point is good. We've got 11 minutes, 54 seconds to go in this contest, and Gallatin's up 24-0 against the Blue Devils. The Sideline Report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, located on North Cumberland Street in Lebanon, across from Save-A-Lot. Go by and see Ron and the gang for all your family hair care needs. 11:54 to go in the game, 24-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Gallatin takes over after the turnover, goes 9 plays, 55-yard. Johnson for his 3rd rushing touchdown with 11:54 to go in the 4th quarter. Gallatin 24, Lebanon 0.
Jay Swan to kick off. Lebanon trailing 24-0 with almost a quarter left to play. Here's the kick, long and high and deep, and Shockley will just let it hit in the end zone and go all the way through, and Lebanon will put it in play at their own 20. And how many times have we seen that done tonight? Every time but one.
Swan and Nolan, as good a kicking tandem as we've seen, and we understand both of those kids play soccer for the Green Wave, and both have been offered scholarships to play soccer at Western Kentucky, and you can see why. Man, oh man, strong legs by both of them, and they flip-flop. Last week, Nolan kicked off, and Swan kicked the PATs and field goals, they don't miss a beat with either one of them.
Lebanon now 1st and 10. Blue Devils on the short end of a 24-0 stick. Have not been able to get anything going tonight. They hand it off to Forrest, sliding outside, got some running room. Over the 25, Forrest 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and out of bounds. They say he stepped out at the 45, so Forrest goes 25 on the carry and gets Lebanon out of a big hole.
Good play against the prevent defense by the Green Wave with 11:45 to go in the game. Gallatin had jumped in a 3-1 configuration, 3 down linemen, 1 middle linebacker, and the 2 outside linebackers almost to the hashes. Lebanon runs the outside play, gets on the corner quickly with Forrest.
Schaefer and Defendahl to the near side. Vandiver split wide to the right, and back to throw. Lanning steps up in the middle. Got a little running room. Lanning slides outside and will cross the 50, down over the 49 to the Gallatin 48. So Lanning going to pick up about 8 on first down. Well, they'll only give him to the 49, so he gets 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Gallatin with everybody covered upfield and getting a little bit of push against Chad. Wisely pulled it down and picked up 8 yards on the play.
Lanning up under the center. 3 wide outs out for the Blue Devils. Lanning makes the call. And they give it to Forrest, breaks a tackle and gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, no more. Gallatin just shooting everybody through there. They had their hands on Forrest when he took the handoff. He'll get a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 now for the Blue Devils at the Gallatin 48.
I want to remind you to stay tuned tonight for the Scoreboard Show from FM 98.9 Control. We'll have scores and reports on all the Wilson County teams playing football tonight, as well as scores from across the state of Tennessee. And Saturday morning live from Uncle Pete's, the Coach's Breakfast, brought to you by Advanced Propane.
3 wide outs out for the Blue Devils. 3rd down and 3. Big play if they want to keep the drive alive. This started at our 20. We're at the Gallatin 48. Quick opener through there, and with the first down, barreling through is the fullback. As they give it to the fullback, 22, that is Jason Neal on the carry. And he should have enough for the Lebanon first down. And will. They'll move the chains. Noses the football down at the 45.
Philip Clemens at tackle goes out of the football game. Grandstaff comes in at tackle. Miller also in at tackle for Lebanon. Zach Thompson is at left guard. The center is Steelman. And Haynes is at the right guard position for Lebanon.
Lebanon hurries to the line. 1st and 10 Blue Devils. Lanning up under the center. Lanning, draw play. Forrest hit in the backfield. Boy, those plays are going nowhere. Forrest going to lose a yard back to the 46. The way Gallatin is powering through there, that up the middle stuff is getting nothing. 2nd down and 11.
Gallatin once again in that prevent. 3 down linemen, 1 middle linebacker.
Lebanon with a 2nd and 11 at the Gallatin 46. They'll go out of the shotgun this time. Lanning steps back, wants to throw. They throw long. Defendahl, it's over his head down at the 30-yard line. Schaefer broke wide open in the middle, but the pass was going to Defendahl, who looked like he had a step or 2 on his man, but the pass was just a little bit high.
Kind of a tough throw, as you've almost got to drop it down into a bucket. Defendahl was between 2 defenders. If you can get the nose of that thing coming down, you've got a shot at it, but that takes an awful lot of touch to be able to get the ball right there where you got to have it.
3rd and 11. Blue Devils. Lanning out of the gun. Back to throw. Pressure coming on. He's going to be sacked. Came from the blind side. He never saw him. All the way back to the Lebanon 48. Lanning really took a shot in the back. Gets up slowly. And the Blue Devils will have to punt it away.
For Gallatin, the backside linebacker, Alex Bell, came blowing in there, and he drove Harrison Haynes back into Chad, and Chad just never had a chance. Schaefer retreats into punt formation. Jaquez Williams goes deep for the Green Wave.
Williams will stand at his own 15. Schaefer will hit it at about his own 40. Here's a snap, and it's over Schaefer's head. Got to get it out of there. Schaefer going to run. Now kicks it away. And Gallatin is going to take it over with great field position as that one got nowhere. The snap rolled back to Schaefer. Took a bad hop right over his shoulder. Schaefer tried to kick it away on the run, and it goes off the side of his foot. Gallatin will take it over on their own 49-yard line.
What was the punt there, Mike?
Tommy, that ended up being a 3-yard punt.
Man, that'll kill your average, too.
Gallatin non-business at their own 49 with 8:44 to play. Gallatin sets them down. Boy, they've just run it over us all night. They give it to that big tailback Statham, and he plows through there to the 50 to the Lebanon 49, gets a couple of yards. Lebanon's hitting everybody up high tonight, and they just keep driving with those legs, and it's hard to stop them. Somebody's got to get down under them. Ball nose at the Lebanon 49, second down, 8 yards to go.
If there is a silver lining, and I'm stretching to find one out of this thing here tonight, it's not a regional game. Lebanon gets the opportunity to get back in the region next week when Mount Juliet comes to Noakes Lassiter Field.
3 wide outs out for Gallatin. Chance Johnson, the quarterback, underneath from the Lebanon 49, second and 8. Handed to that tailback, got a hole, gets 2-3 yards down near the 46, and then is pushed back by the Blue Devil defense. He made the Lebanon 46, will get 3 yards. It'll bring up a third down and 6 for Gallatin. But they've been extremely tough in these third and long situations tonight. The last time they had a 3rd and 8, and they hit us with a toss sweep and get 16. Gallatin going into the eye. Double wide out set now for the wave. Johnson, the quarterback, up underneath. Toss sweep. Near side. Blue Devils had it figured out this time, and they get him at the 46.
Marte Martin in there quickly to make the tackle, along with Adam Dillon, the strong safety. And Staten a little hobbled, as looks like he's got an ankle problem. Maybe got that turned up under him.
So Gallatin may have to punt. And will this be the first punt of the night for the Green Wave, second? Okay. All right, I remember it now. It was that cannon. 52-yard blast the first time. Aaron Kenyon will do the punting. The Lebanon comes out of that short kick in pretty good shape. Kenyon, Blue Devils coming after it. They don't get it. End over end. Lebanon will fair catch it at the 13. Vandiver with a fair catch at the 13.
33 yards on the punt by Kenyon. No return. Vandiver safely taking the fair catch, and Lebanon had the block on, so you don't have any blockers. John, this has been thorough by Gallatin. It seems like every phase of the game, they've had an answer for Lebanon all night long.
Oh, well, just stepped in a hole, about broke my ankle. It's been a game field position. They've just dominated from the get-go, and the field position has helped them. They've kept momentum on their side.
Lanning back to throw for the Blue Devils. Swings it out to Forrest on the right side. Needs a block. Didn't get it. Still cuts it over the 15 out near the 20. Forrest had a man in front of him over there and needed to block a green shirt. And I don't think he even glanced at him. But Forrest will get 7 on the carry, or 6.5. It'll bring up second down and 4. As they get the ball out to the 20. Blue Devils taking a thorough licking here in Gallatin, 24-0. 5:59 to play in the football game. Lanning is underneath, backpedals, draw play, gives to Forrest, tries to get away, and Gallatin got an ankle and held on. And saving a big play that time for Gallatin was Clark Smith, a 6'2", 185-pounder that got a hold of Forrest's ankle and would not turn loose till help arrived. It'll be third down now and a long 2 for a first down. The ball out to the 20, just over the Lebanon 21.
5:30 to go in the game. Lebanon trails by 24. 3 wide outs in the game.
Schaefer and Defendahl to the near side. Jones to the far side, and here they give it to Forrest, and he's going to be hit down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Gallatin caught that one from behind, Clyde. We had a couple of lead blockers in front, but they snaked a man in behind. Alex Bell, the middle linebacker, the junior, was able to slip in behind Forrest. Looked like he had a bit of a convoy, but Gallatin wouldn't have any part of it. Schaefer will retreat into punt formation for Lebanon. Jaquez Williams goes back to return it for the Green Wave. He'll stand at his own 40-yard line. Lebanon's punted.
Sixth punt tonight, Tommy.
Sixth punt of the night.
Schaefer at the 10. Will hit it at about the 14. Good snap this time. Schaefer end over end. That ought to take a Lebanon roll, and will. It'll hit at the 45, roll over the 40, and squirt out of bounds down about the 30. That is where they'll mark it, at the 30-yard line. So Gallatin now will take over at their own 30 with 4:23 to play, as Gallatin is putting, well, a whooping on the Blue Devils tonight.
48-yard punt for Schaefer, and Gallatin substituting liberally now. They've gone to the backup quarterback, Sam Ayers, just a sophomore. Ayers comes in. They've also, looks like they've got a new couple of wideouts, Eric Searcy in the game, and a new tailback for the Green Wave.
The tailback is Jamichael Douglas. Ayers will hand it to the fullback who's in there, Brandon Branham, a 5'8", 240-pounder. And Lebanon will put him down after about a 3-4 yard gain.
Lebanon substituting as well, Clyde. A couple of young guys coming in for Lebanon. Max Carter comes in at a defensive tackle spot. Brody Farrell comes in to play one of the defensive ends.
3:53 to go, and they're just playing this one out. Ayers to the tailback. Not a lot of room in there, but moves out over the 40. Near the 41, and I think we'll have the first down, and will. Dillon making the stop. Blue Devils have been thoroughly thrashed here in Gallatin. 41-yard line, Gallatin in their own territory. Have moved for a first down. They give it to that big fullback again. Lebanon will hit him as he crosses the 42 out to the 44. 27 for the Blue Devils making initial contact. Brody Farrell. Well, that little guy is a bowling ball. Branham is. He's 5'8" and 240.
Single digits. Number 3 is their fullback, and if you get 2 numbers on him.
They give it to the tailback, sliding outside. Lebanon's going to have him as he crosses the 45 out to the 47. 48 is where they will spot it. Adam Dillon making the stop for the Blue. And the Blue Devils just kindly dragging back now to the line of scrimmage.
Josh Goolsby comes in to play a tackle spot for Lebanon. Steelman goes to nose. Hires and Trice are the linebackers.
As Gallatin has thoroughly manhandled the Blue Devils here tonight. Ayers gives it to his tailback, broke a tackle, slides outside, got running room. Trice finally trips him up as he crosses the 45, down to the Lebanon 40. Tailback.
Gallatin scrambling to get more players in the game.
207, 206, 205. Green Wave wanting to put more points on the board. They've put in a lot of substitutes in, so are the Blue Devils. They hand it to that big fullback again, sliding outside. Slipped as he made the cut, and Dillon puts the clincher on him as he crosses the 40 down to the 39. Branham, the fullback. Boy, he's a load. That's like hitting a wall.
It's like hitting a tackle.
Branham comes out. And the tailback is Jamichael Douglas. And now the fullback is Taylor Walker. They hand it to Walker right up the middle, breaks a tackle, keeps on his feet, plows over the 45, over the 35, down inside the 33 to the 32, and comes up a yard shy of the first down with 1:05, 1:04, and the clock running. 24-0 Gallatin. It's been all green wave here tonight.
Clyde, you can tell the excitement is back at the Wave Yard. The Gallatin fans very happy with the progress that's been made here.
Handed off in the middle, this time to the fullback, Walker. Not much. I don't know if he got it or not. He may have the first down. Let's see where they spot that football. No, he's not going to have it. It'll be 4th down and about a half yard, and Gallatin will go for it with 30 seconds remaining. Lebanon got to get somebody off the field. Now they do. Gallatin, last play of the game, and they give it to the fullback, breaks a tackle, and he's finally hit down at the 30, the 25, all the way down to the Lebanon 22. And the clock will stop on a first down, and it's 15 seconds remaining in the football game.
Clyde, they're just running the football at us. It's not like they're running wide or throwing the football here. They've made some yardage just going straight ahead.
They've just crammed it right down our throats all night long. Ayers sets his team. Handed off to the fullback. Not a lot of running room in there this time as Lebanon will bring him down, and the football game's over, and Gallatin has beaten the Blue Devils 24-0. 2-minute break, and then we'll be back.
Blue Devil football on FM 98.9. Gallatin defeats Lebanon 24-0. Let's send it down to John Bryant on the field with Moose Marshall.
Thank you, Tommy. Coach, it's tough coming over to Gallatin on any given night. Tonight seems that everything we tried, Gallatin had the answer.
Yeah, well, you know, we couldn't get anything going offensively or defensively tonight. You can't say enough about Gallatin. Their kids played hard, and you know, they came into this ball game with a vendetta because we beat them here last year and knocked them out of the playoffs, and you know, it's a situation where that our kids just didn't step up tonight, and we couldn't get anything going. No matter what we tried, we just couldn't get it going.
Coach, Gallatin threw some defenses at us, put a lot of pressure on our quarterback. When they had the ball on their offensive scheme, they were going to shut down Schaefer no matter what, and they did that.
Yeah, they boxed him in just about every play, and it's going to shut him down as far as getting the football goes. And you know, we had our opportunities, we just couldn't capitalize on them, and you know, nothing clicked tonight. And you know, it's a situation where that you know, they were better than us tonight.
Coach, best thing about this game is it's not a region game, and therefore we can forget about it and go on.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to come back Monday, and by golly, we're going to get some of this stuff corrected, and we're going to take and get ready to go into Mount Juliet, come into town next week, and hopefully we'll be able to take and get this thing back on track again.
Bears coming to our place. We need a win for nothing else, just for confidence to get us an emotional boost.
Yeah, you know, we need a win and play at home, and we'll be back in front of our fans again at home, and you know, hopefully we'll be able to take and get a W next week and get back on track. And you know, it's a big rivalry between our two schools, and you know, Dan does a good job up there, and hopefully we'll be able to have him come into town and do a decent job against him.
Coach, I'll let you get with your team. Appreciate you coming out after a loss.
All right, thank you.
This has been the post-game show with your host, John Bryan, talking to head coach Ron Marshall from the Lebanon Blue Devils. Lebanon taking it on the chin here in Gallatin at the Green Wave Country. It's been one of those nights where it seemed nothing could go right for the Blue Devils, and everything happened positive for the Gallatin Green Wave. We'll take it back to the station for this 2-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with the post-game wrap-up.